6'5" sends four-word message on potentially joining Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys could steal a strategy from the Philadelphia Eagles playbook this NFL offseason as the franchise looks to return to being a contender in the NFC East. Philadelphia built the team's Super Bowl defense by prioritizing former Georgia Bulldogs stars in the NFL draft. Dallas appears to be kicking the tires on making a run at a Georgia star in the 2025 NFL draft. The Cowboys hold the number 12 overall selection in the first round. Dallas met with edge rusher Michael Williams, and it appears the star defender is keen on potentially making a move to Big D. Williams confirmed that he had a formal meeting with the Cowboys at the NFL Combine. "I love that meeting," Williams told Dallas Cowboys. Com's Tommy Yarish on Wednesday. When pressed to reveal details about his chat with the Cowboys, Williams declined but reiterated his affinity for the franchise. Georgia football Michael Williams played through a bum leg for most of the season yet still produced .2022 .3 more indicative of his enormous talent. Plugplay. NFL Draft Baldy's Breakdowns pick. Twitter.com LEUBPPTX42NH Brian Baldinger. Baldy NFL February 27, 2025. Can't talk about it, the meeting with the Cowboys, but I love that meeting, Williams noted with a smile. The idea of pairing Williams with star pass rusher Micah Parsons could be enticing for the Cowboys at the No. 12 pick. It remains to be seen if Williams will last until Dallas is on the clock. Georgia edge. Michael Williams says he's formally met with the Dallas Cowboys. His smile here should tell you how the meeting went. Athlon sports draft analyst Luke Easterling has the New Orleans Saints selecting Williams with the No. 9 pick in his latest NFL mock draft. Williams was banged up a bit last season, but when he was playing at full strength, he was a disruptive force for the Bulldogs as both a pass rusher and a run defender, Easterling wrote on Thursday. His physical tools and upside could easily land Williams in this range. DeMarcus Lawrence healthy, optimistic about conversations with Cowboys defensive end. DeMarcus Lawrence missed most of last season with a Lisfranc injury, but he has no doubts about his plans for the 2025 season. Lawrence's agent David Cantor said on 105.3 The Fan on Thursday that Lawrence is definitely planning to return for a 12th season in the NFL, and that he was close to returning at the end of the 2024 season, but that the choice was made to wait because the Cowboys were out of playoff contention. So he's 100% healthy, Cantor said. Good news, 100% healthy. Bad news, he's a free agent, right? So for Dallas Cowboys fans who love the DeMarcus Lawrence, there is a possibility that he leaves. Cantor said that he has told the team what Lawrence is looking for in a new deal and that the ball is now in their court. I'm optimistic with our conversations with the Cowboys that they're very aware of what it'll take to keep DeMarcus a Cowboy. Cantor said, honestly, that's up to them, it's not up to us. Lawrence has spent his entire career with the Cowboys and is 10th in franchise history with 61. 5 career sacks. Why aren't the Cowboys meeting with Ashton Jeanty at NFL Combine? The Dallas Cowboys and Ashton Jeanty will not meet in Indianapolis at the NFL Scouting Combine. The Dallas Cowboys and Boise State star running back Ashton Jeanty have seemed destined for one another since even before the pre-NFL draft process started. Dallas desperately needs a running back, and Jeanty, a Frisco native, wants nothing more than to return to DFW and play for his hometown team. On top of that, a large portion of the Cowboys fan base has been vocal about wanting Jeanty to wear a star on his helmet. So if that is the case, why are the Cowboys not interviewing their potential No. 12 overall pick at the NFL Scouting Combine this week? According to Cowboys insider Nick Harris, there is a very simple explanation for that decision. Per Harris, instead of meeting with Jeanty in Indianapolis, the Cowboys will simply meet with him during their Dallas Day pre-draft event in Frisco, rather than using one of their select few visits at the Combine. He'll be a Dallas Day guy that they can bring in for a facility visit, Harris said on X. No point in burning a Combine visit on him. At the Combine, each team is only allotted 60 interviews throughout the week, with each visit being relegated to a time limit of 15 minutes. So in truth, if the Cowboys wait until Dallas Day to meet with Jeanty, they will have a much more hands-on and lengthy opportunity on their hands to really get to know their potential first-round pick. In other words, the simple fact that the Cowboys are choosing not to meet with Janty in Indianapolis is not indicative of whether or not they have interest in drafting him, and he very well is still likely near the top of their board. Titans could make major trade with Cowboys ahead of NFL Draft Insider. The Tennessee Titans have an opportunity to alter the fate of their franchise in April when they are on the clock with the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Several prospects at key positions are worthy of the selection, but Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk said on Thursday that he heard the Dallas Cowboys could make a move for the no. One pick. You hear all sorts of stuff, Florio said about the rumors at the NFL Combine, but I did have somebody tell me that the Cowboys have talked to the Titans about moving up to number 1. Tennessee is reportedly taking calls about the no. 1 pick, but Dallas does not select until no. 12, so the Cowboys would have to compensate the Titans heavily to move up that far. Florio brought up a key player that the Cowboys could throw into the trade to sweeten the deal for Mike Borgonzi and the Titans. Now, I think a lot of teams talk about moving around, but that's a jump, said Florio about the Cowboys potentially moving up 11 spots. I don't know what you would have to put into that or whether you'd have to put Micah Parsons into that package. The Titans certainly need an edge rusher, and Parsons is one of the best in the business. Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter is the likely pick for Tennessee at no. 1 anyway, so gaining draft capital in a trade and still walking away from the first round with an elite edge rusher may be a beneficial move for the franchise. Myles Garrett sends powerful trade message to Cowboys. How serious are the Dallas Cowboys about making an aggressive toward a Micah Parsons bookend in the form of Cleveland Browns edge rusher Myles Garrett? Garrett just made a decision that should help Cowboys Nation find out. Garrett, 29, was the no. 1 pick of the 2017 draft, is a 4-time All-Pro and has been a loyal citizen in Cleveland. But he's tired of going nowhere and has asked the Browns to trade him. As legendary player in Browns franchise history, Cleveland has made overtures toward keeping him happy by suggesting a contract extension. His reported response? Garrett is not open to a contract extension from the Browns. In fact, reporter Mary Kay Cabot writes that he has slammed the door on negotiations. That is a powerful message sent not only to the Browns, but also to other bidders. His point: this is about more than money. Can Dallas, his hometown team as he grew up in Arlington in the shadow of AT&T Stadium, be a bidder? Absolutely. Garrett has 2 years left on his contract with cap hits of about $20 million in each. The message aside, we bet a new contract will likely be part of the package, wherever he lands. This all started at the start of the month in February with Garrett's official announcement. While I've loved calling this city Cleveland my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent, Garrett announced on Monday. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It has always been to compete for and win a Super Bowl. With that in mind, I have requested to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. Frustrated with the Browns still drafting in the top 5. Nearly a decade after taking Garrett with the first pick in 2017, the superstar has suggested that he needs to see a reasonable path to success. Is a shocking Garrett trade likely? He's an all-world player at the height of his powers. It'll be costly to get him. Meanwhile, after an underwhelming Dallas 7-10 campaign, are the Cowboys seen as a Super Bowl team? Garrett has a pristine reputation, and like Dallas Parsons, who has reached out to him, is a perennial Defensive Player of the Year finalist. He has foot injury issues that his prospective new team will want to examine, but for a team with Super Bowl dreams, now that he has officially requested a trade from the Browns, and now that he's shut the door on them, clubs like the Cowboys, who can create $100 million in cap room as needed, can do more than just dream.